Welcome, terrific Taurus. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I've got your March 2024 horoscope. First, we're going to draw two cards as theme cards for the month for you. So let's go to the board now and we'll do that. Here's your horoscope. Fair bit happening this month for everybody, but let's do these cards first. Closing my eyes. There's a book in front of me, like your book of life, and we're turning the pages backwards. So this is like looking back over your life. You may have some memories coming up from the past, and there's some sort of degree of figuring out what happened in different events or different situations. So I can actually see a compass and a pencil and a eraser, and it's like actually sitting down and working out a situation. Perhaps you want to erase some of the things that happened or your part in those things. The card that comes up, oh, it's hard. I'm going to go for that one. It's the King of Swords. You may have been dealing with someone who was a bit ruthless, or perhaps the situation demanded that you become ruthless yourself, even though that's not normally who you are. You're not normally a ruthless person, but it might have been a very tough situation. The King of Swords is ruthless because it's a masculine energy, but women of course can have that, has been through a lot, and he has a lot of experience. He's done the hard yards. He's seated here on a diamond with a diamond at the back. Diamonds are caused by heat and pressure. This person has really been through the mill and come out the other side with a lot of logic and analytical thinking, which is useful sometimes, especially when dealing with money or even with the law. However, it's best that when you're dealing with humans, that you run all of your decisions through a human heart, and that's where this energy tends to fall down. A sword here encrusted in diamonds, the sword of truth, the ability to cut through right to the core of the matter. Some intuition too with it, because this indigo is the colour of the chakra of the third eye. So you may be dealing with someone like this, or you may find this in yourself. This month you might find that you have to stand firm on something, on a point. There's lots of butterflies here, however, and that suggests new life. So a new situation coming up, and the King of Swords will help you in some way. Now, the second card, the second half of the month, what do I see? Something about the earth, doing earthworks. This can mean, yeah, sure, actually getting an excavator and doing stuff in your garden or things like that, but it also means your body. The earth is your body, and you may decide to change your diet, be more careful with what you eat, maybe do some hot and cold therapy, saunas or ice baths or something like that, and maybe exercise, swim. Walking's very good if you can do that. The card that comes up is the Hierophant. A lot of learning is going to take place in March. However, it's almost like you already have a lot of learning. Ask yourself, are you sitting on your learning? Are you doing anything with it? Or have you just accumulated courses and not done anything? This red here suggests action. March might bring a turning point where you turn your learning into something that pays off, something that is physical. You do something with all of the learning you've got. There's two keys here in a book of life, and I like to think that they are knowledge and wisdom. You need the wisdom to best apply it to the knowledge, so you're using your knowledge in a wise way. Otherwise, just knowledge for knowledge's sake doesn't really help anybody. It's major arcana. It's a life-changing, a potentially life-changing situation, and it could last for many months, and it's not really a short-term thing. So the Hierophant. Let's make this a bit bigger, and we're going to look at your horoscope now. Alrighty, a lot happening as you can see. There are two triangles here, and one is a T-square. I did talk about T-squares in the overview video. Check that out if you haven't already. This is Venus, the Moon, and Uranus, and because it involves the moon, it's only of very short duration. We're talking about several hours on the first of the month. I include it because it is the first of the month. It's like a mini template for the rest of the month, in my opinion. And so it's probably not the best time with these challenges to be dealing with committed relationships or legalities, or even people that you don't get on very well. It's probably a great time to just have some time out if you can. But you'll see the moon here in your house of relationships, which is opposing Uranus, which is your own energy, Uranus in Taurus. And so sometimes that's to do with money, but because it's in the first house, it's also to do with your personality or perhaps your body again. And because it's conjunct Jupiter, there's likely to be a pretty big energy. So these two are going to really sort of not see eye to eye for a few hours. But the focal point is to do with your career or your need to surge ahead in career or public life in some way. It could even be to do with a parent or an authority figure, where you have to stand up against an authority figure and you're full of energy to do so. Be cautious, because Mars sometimes brings very forceful energy, and it can be too forceful. Sometimes things can come out of your mouth. You don't mean it to sound harsh, but it comes out harsh. I know. It's only a few hours. Maybe don't deal with authority figures on the 1st of the month. There's a talent triangle also with those planets. Oh, I put the wrong thing there. It's the talent triangle is Mars, Mercury, and Uranus, not the moon. Sorry about that. Mars, Mercury, not the moon, and Uranus. So the planet Mercury here in your 11th house of connections, groups and friends even. There's a lot of communication, there's a lot of brilliant ideas. A talent triangle does have a square across here, so there are some challenges, but there's also a smooth flowing sort of energy that goes with it as well, and it's an easygoing energy that gives you solutions, creative solutions and talents in dealing with things involving your connections, involving your career, or dealing with authority figures. This might be the authority figure, in fact, the King of Swords. And Uranus there taking a very unpredictable role in the way that you present yourself or the way that you're perceived in the world. The other thing, there's a fair few things here, but another thing is that this triplicity here is really, really heavy. And so this suggests that, and also the fourth quadrant, so it's the third triplicity or the fourth quadrant, and this suggests that whatever you're doing, there's some sort of emphasis on community or the greater collective. You might be thinking about large groups of people and ways that you can help large groups of people. Do let me know in the comments what that means to you. The new moon is in Pisces on the 10th. So fair bit of activity here around your connections. It's also your hopes and dreams as well. And you send them out into the universe, and Spirit will reply at the appropriate time. The new moon brings new beginnings. The lunar eclipse is in Libra on the 25th, over here in your everyday habits and routines, your work, and also your health and well-being. And at some point over around the 25th, because it'll be in this house for 2.5 to 3.5 days, at some point it's going to be conjunct your south node. And so this is all about deciding, are you going to run your life as you always have done in the past, your experience? You can draw on that experience, can be quite useful. Or are you going to be looking more towards the future and turn your mind to what your destiny is calling you to, and looking towards different things than what your normal patterns are. Mercury goes into Aries on the 9th up here. There's a real Aryan party going on, and Mercury is likely to bring a lot of messages from your subconscious in the form of dreams or meditative flashes. And then we have Venus going into Pisces on the 11th, bringing a beautiful energy around your friends and groups, very smooth flowing, spiritual and warm, affectionate, beautiful energy that fits in with people basically. The sun is going into Aries on the 19th, again bringing insight and awareness around your dreams and your intuition, your psychic ability, your subconscious, the house of the goddess. Mars is going into Pisces on the 22nd, again bringing that extra oomph, that surge forward, that strong, maybe forceful energy. Just watch out that it's not too forceful with friends, but you could be, socializing and really expending a lot of energy with your friends. Other things that are happening, we have the autumnal equinox on the 21st. This is all about balancing your life. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's preparation for winter. It's taking care, getting organised, tying up loose ends, maybe doing some preserves, doing some baking and freezing it, and things like that, getting prepared basically. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's the spring equinox, and this is about planting seeds in your garden or within yourself so that you can take advantage of the harvest that will come some months down the track in summer. So plant those seeds. The other thing is it's Easter Sunday on the 31st, last day of the month. I'm not really talking about religion. It doesn't matter what religion you are, or even if you're an atheist, doesn't matter. I'm talking about the symbolic nature of Easter Sunday, which is rebirth and renewal. So there's a fair bit happening for you, and I think some thoughtfulness and some planning about the direction you want to go in life is called for now, especially with all of this energy going into your 12th house, because soon a lot of these planets will be moving into your first house next month, and you'll be able to bring your ideas to the world with much more energy and greater clarity. But at the moment, just concentrate on what's going on within you and things will work out fine. That talent triangle is really going to help you. Thank you so much, everybody. Just want to wish you a very insightful and happy month. And don't forget, leave a like and subscribe. That would be wonderful. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now.